Coming up next, state police hope a new rule change may help them recruit more new troopers.
Just not as many people are as interested in joining law enforcement and having a career as a police officer.
Plus, a new road project hits a busy highway in our area. See how it'll affect drivers.
So I am definitely not going to be immune to the effects of this project.
And a Pennsylvania college wins the title of the nation's top party school. But it's probably not the place you think. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Paige McCarrick.
And I'm Matt Scalzo. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report.
Our top story, a new rule aimed at fighting the trend of dropping police officer applications. It's been about a month since the governor's rule change. Reporter Olivia Jean shows you what the numbers are showing so far.
Left, right, left.
A month into new state police hiring rules, Pennsylvania is already seeing a big difference.
We're excited to see the increase in applicants that we received in the month after that announcement was made.
The change? The agency is now accepting applications without requiring college credit as in the past. It comes after a decision by Governor Shapiro to take away the requirement for 92% of state government jobs.
We all agree that this flexibility will allow us to recruit more well-qualified applicants to be the next generation of police officer, of state trooper here in Pennsylvania.
Since the change, more than 1,200 people have applied during this hiring cycle, almost half without college credit. That's compared with a total of 1,745 applicants in all of last year's hiring cycle.
We think that allowing this pool of applicants to become more competitive is going to be a really good thing for the department in the long run.
Pennsylvania isn't the only state facing law enforcement hiring hardships. Nationally, resignations increased 40% from 2020 to 2021, according to the Police Executive Research Forum. Retirements spiked too, as many now see the job as too dangerous. It's left agencies with job openings and a search for solutions. Mark Threeton is a professor of workforce education at Penn State. He says college isn't the only path to success anymore.
We've had to look at innovative ways to build the workforce that's so needed to keep law and order, peace and safety.
Under President Biden's Infrastructure Act, 90% of jobs created under the law won't require a college degree. The governor agrees.
We've worked very hard to break down barriers to create real opportunity for Pennsylvanians who want to succeed.
Critics argue the application changes will dilute candidate quality.
Training programs, quality training programs, can really serve their purpose.
And the state police say all candidates go through an extensive 28-week training.
The qualification has simply changed. The entire rest of our hiring process, training processes have not changed.
The agency says so far, they believe dropping the college requirement has been a positive move. In State College, I'm Olivia Jean for the Center County Report.
To apply to be a state trooper, you need a valid driver's license and a high school diploma. For more information, go online to patrooper.com.
A man charged with killing a Penn State student in a car crash remains in jail awaiting his next court date. Ahmad Al-Kabasi faces charges including homicide by vehicle for the crash last month that left a Swedish student dead. A judge set bail at $3 million and authorities took his passport. The suspect goes back to court later this month. A stretch of I-99 in Center County has lanes closed this week because of a new construction project. Reporter Jesse Wynn is in our studio with more on what that means for you. Jesse?
Thanks, Matt. Drivers in Center County are no strangers to dealing with road projects, whether it's the multi-year construction on Atherton Street or the one just finished on Route 322. Now there's a new project on I-99 that may slow down your commute.
Construction work started this week on more than 7.5 miles of Interstate 99. It's an effort to clean and reseal roadway joints in Houston and Worth townships.
Joint sealing projects are a preventative maintenance sort of a project. If any obstructions, any like rock or other type of obstructions get into those joints, it can adversely affect the concrete as those joints are trying to expand and contract during the changing seasons.
Right here is where the repair work between Port Matilda and Grace Woods on the I-99 is currently underway. Now, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation tells me that this project is helping the local community by prolonging the life of the roadway and improving ride quality for commuters.
Traffic is down to one lane in some areas during the work, but for upcoming Penn State football games, all lanes will reopen to reduce congestion. There are no detours, and PennDOT says commuters should build in extra time when driving through this construction zone.
So we are expecting some traffic delays during the peak travel times because there are a lot of people who are commuting from the Phillipsburg, Tyrone, maybe even as far as the Altoona area.
The project is expected to finish in late November.
PennDOT encourages commuters to check road conditions and traffic delay warnings before heading out simply by visiting 511pa.com.
For the first time in more than 3 years, federal student loan payments have restarted. Adam Sheets reports on how recent graduates are dealing with the change.
In the past, college students had a 6-month grace period to start paying back their federal loans, but that all changed during the COVID-19 pandemic. All payments were paused in 2020, but were officially reinstated on Sunday. Graduates during the period between 2020 to 2023, like Jordan Mansberger, will be paying their loans back for the first time this month.
It was kind of just like all at once. So literally I spent a day on the phone, probably 2 hours in phone queue, just with one of their representatives to try to figure out like where to start the process.
So let's get hypothetical for you. This pizza represents your income. Now, with the reinstatement of paying back your federal student loans, this 10% right here is going to be gone.
You have, like I feel like I just graduated college and all of a sudden you have banks sending you emails being like, hey, you owe us thousands of dollars.
This can be a scary time for recent graduates who have never had to pay these loans before. Experts at Penn State's Sokolov Miller Center, a financial and life skills hub, say graduates with loans should visit studentaid.gov where they can see their current plan and learn how to change them. They recommend students use the SAVE plan, which is based on income and takes 10% of what you earn each month to slowly pay back those loans. Reporting in University Park, I am Adam Sheets for the Center County Report.
You should have received a billing statement or other notice at least 21 days before the bill's due date. If you didn't get one, contact your student loan service.
Pennsylvania U.S. Senator John Fetterman has introduced legislation that would cancel school lunch debt nationwide. Fetterman says that debt is more than $200 million, with $80 million here in Pennsylvania alone. Under the national meal programs, the government subsidizes meals for low-income students. Some get free meals and others get reduced-price meals.
Small business owners are happy about the return of Pop-Up Avenue in downtown State College for the first time in 4 years. Angelica Rubin reports.
Live music, vendors, and even a beer garden. Center County's Pop-Up Avenue is back in downtown State College. The free outdoor maker and vintage market was last held in 2019, before the pandemic.
It's kind of like having a wedding, and we get to see all our friends and all the community come out, so we really missed it.
Brad Grosnick and his wife created Pop-Up Avenue in 2016 after leaving New York City and moving back to State College.
In New York City, we used to go to these like Brooklyn Flea or Long Island City Flea, and that's what we would do on the weekends, and we were just surprised that something like this didn't exist yet here.
Hosting 38 vendors from across Pennsylvania, Pop-Up Ave prioritizes small businesses with affordable prices.
I actually teach entrepreneurship at Penn State, so I have a big part of my passion, my why is helping helping entrepreneurs.
One of those entrepreneurs is Penn State senior Kelsey Lauer, founder of Cloven Sprig and a vendor at this year's market. Lauer was a student in Grosnick's class when she came up with the idea for a homemade candle making business.
I've always wanted to learn how to make candles, so I just threw myself into it and ended up with $1,000 at the end of the semester in profit.
Lauer has turned that dream into a highly profitable business, one she'll continue after graduation.
I enjoy, making them, and I enjoy seeing people who enjoy them. So that's really why I do it, just to, you know, spread that happiness that people have when they smell them.
And the economic benefits help too. Grosnick says many businesses, including Lauer's, that began during the pandemic, benefit from in-person connections.
We do this on the side. This is not a full-time job. This was just something we did like with the community and love to do.
In State College, I'm Angelica Rubin for the Center County Report.
Organizers say about 4,000 people attended this year's Pop-Up Ave, a new record for the event.
Enjoy this warm weather because a big change is on the way. We check the 7-day forecast next.
Plus, could you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours straight? Also coming up, a national survey names the nation's top party schools in Pennsylvania, but not Penn State, Pitt, or Temple. A new national list claims the top party school in the U.S. is here in Pennsylvania, and it's not Penn State. Brendan Conroy has more.
Plenty of people describe Penn State as a party school, and probably for good reason. But according to the Wall Street Journal, the nation's top college when it comes to partying is another Pennsylvania school, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. The Journal did a national survey to find the college with the best nightlife, and IUP came out on top.
Doesn't matter which bar you go to, but every single one, there's live everywhere you go. So just saying hello to someone, I'll be friends with them and I'll know them for the next 1,000 years.
The university's smaller size, just over 12,000 students, apparently doesn't put a damper on the bar scene in the borough of Indiana. Population, 13,000. Now, the title of #1 party school in the U.S. doesn't come for just any reason for the students here at IUP, but because of places, establishments, and restaurants like Wolfie's, and the people that are always around here as well. There are lots of popular choices here in town for college students.
It's a college town, but it's also a small town with a college in it. So you get a lot of regulars like that have nothing to do with the college, that just like the small town atmosphere, you know. More than 60,000 students nationwide responded to the Wall Street Journal Party Survey. In Indiana, I'm Brendan Conroy for the Center County Report.
No other Pennsylvania colleges made the top party school list.
A fundraising event for Penn State's Thon Dance Marathon has raised over $20,000. The Acacia's Fraternity 4x4x48 run event featured a group of more than a dozen runners doing 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 straight hours. 2 fraternity members created the event 2 years ago. This time they ran 12 different routes from their house, Old Main, even to Tussey Mountain. Penn State senior Greg Reynolds says it's not for them. It's for kids with cancer who wish they could be running around all day.
So when we're doing this, we might be hurting, but we're doing this for the kids because they would love to be running around with their friends, and we get the opportunity to run with our friends. So we do it for them, and we do it with a smile on our face.
Thon raises millions for childhood cancer research and family support. It's set for February at the Bryce Jordan Center.
Taking a look above Penn State campus, taking a look above Beaver Stadium this afternoon. Sunny, beautiful, warm out there right now. That's basically the story for today. 73 degrees right now here in State College. As you can see, the trees are beginning to change colors because we're going into fall, but it's sure not feeling like fall today with these temperatures. Take a look at this. Temperatures are in the 70s here in the State College area. Some places are pushing 80. We here in State College are also going to be pushing 80 degrees today. Taking a look at the temperatures all across the Commonwealth, we're in the 70s basically everywhere at this point, and we're going to get even warmer as we go into the afternoon. Now, I want to point something out, taking a look at our almanac for today. The normal high for this time of year today, 66 degrees. Today, we are going to be hitting almost 80 degrees, so we're almost 15 degrees above average where we should be for this time of year. Now, taking a look at the local radar from the Mid-Atlantic all the way up to the Northeast, where sunny skies were clear all across this portion of the country. And we're going to be staying clear as we go into this evening. As you can see, we're in the 70s. Harrisburg is 80 degrees as of this evening, 81 degrees in Philadelphia. And as we go throughout tonight into tomorrow, very similar day we're going to be having tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be far above average. It's going to be feeling like a nice summer day, and it's going to be mostly clear out there. Now, as we go into Thursday, some clouds are going to begin to move into our area ahead of a cold front. Those temperatures are going to begin to cool down a little bit. And taking a look at the bigger picture, as you can see, a cold front's going to move into our area, and it's going to bring a whole lot of rain with it. That rain is going to come into our area, as you can see, Friday night, and then going into Saturday, that rain is going to stick around. Now, as we go into Sunday, that system is going to begin move northward just a little bit. But here in State College, we can't rule out the chance of a rain shower on Sunday as well, even though it's less likely than Friday and Saturday. But for today, here in State College, 81 degrees, sunny and warm. As we go into tonight, we're going to drop down to the 50s, and it's going to be cool and clear, going to be feeling like a nice night. And as we go into tomorrow, again, 81 degrees is going to be feeling sunny and feeling warm, feeling like summer out there as we go into early October. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast for today and tomorrow. 81 degrees, beautiful sunny skies, going to be feeling very summer-like. Clouds will return as we go into Thursday. That cold front's going to begin to move into our area, and the temperatures will begin to cool down. As we go into Friday, we're going to drop to the 70s, and then Saturday and Sunday, we have that rain around, and we're going to drop down to the 50s, right on where we should be for this time of year. Going into Monday, temperatures will be in the 50s once again, but the rain is going to move on out of here, but will be mostly cloudy for Monday.
Those are really great temperatures for the fall.
I enjoy the summer weather, but I'm ready for that fall football weather that you also get with playoff baseball. And with that in mind, we'll head over to sports.
Yeah, it might be cooling down across PA, but the Phillies are looking to heat up as they open the playoffs tonight, looking to find the same magic from a season ago. Also ahead, the Penn State Nittany Lions head into their bye week still unbeaten after a road trip to Northwestern. More on the big win after the break. I'm Adam Sheets with sports. The unbeaten and 6th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions get a break this week with their bye week. That's after a road win at Northwestern, where they overcame a slow start. The 6th-ranked Nittany Lions hit the road on Saturday to battle Northwestern in a conference showdown. The Wildcats took a lead early, and quarterback Ben Bryant added a rushing score to give them a 10-3 lead late in the second quarter. The Penn State offense answered quickly as running back Trey Potts scampered for a 13-yard score, his first rushing touchdown of the season, tying things up at 10 apiece. Then in the third quarter, Penn State started to roll as quarterback Drew Aller sneaked his way into the end zone to give Penn State its first lead of the game. Later in the third, Drew Aller found running back Nicholas Singleton for a 2-yard score and pushed Penn State's lead to 27-10 heading to the fourth quarter. Nittany Lions put a bow on the game when backup quarterback Bo Perbula found Trey Potts wide open for a 30-yard score. The Lions won 41-13 and moved to 5-0 on the season. Penn State has now won 10 straight dating back to last season. They return to Beaver Stadium October 14th when the Lions host UMass for their homecoming game. Speaking of homecoming, to high school football we go. It was homecoming weekend in State College as the Little Lions hosted Central Dauphin East. After the Whistle reporter Esteban Marenko has more on that game.
State College is on the ropes coming out of the gate. The game started off with CV East taking control with 10 quick points. But after that, it was State High's ball game. The State High Little Lions went on to score 43 unanswered points with 5 field goals and 4 touchdowns, and it stemmed from one play.
They all trust me. I know we're going to go. My wide receiver is going to go make plays. O-line, Jake, Luke, Matthew, Dardis, Lulis, Melito, all them blocked. I didn't even get touched besides that one.
After being down 10 early in the first quarter, the Little Lions and their defense quickly took control, only letting up 7 more points for the rest of the game.
Anytime you have a kid like number 3, Porter, for them, he's a special athlete. Getting kind of caught up to that speed that we can't replicate in practice. So it just takes some time. And so once the kid's settled in, we really were able to kind of keep him from breaking loose again.
Playing complementary football provides chemistry with the team, something that Corkery sees from his squad.
We've been doing that in the backyard. It's like nothing. It's like second nature. That's what we do.
State High moves to 4-1 on the year and is undefeated in conference play. They hit the road this week, battling Carlisle on Friday. You can find out how the Little Lions did on After the Whistle this Friday night at 11:30. Staying in the high school ranks, the Bellefonte boys soccer team hosted Hollidaysburg in a conference showdown last night. Red Raiders lost to the defending District 6 champions 4-2. They now head to Martinsburg Wednesday to take on the Central Dragons. Bellefonte is now 7-3-1 on the year. After a season opening split against number 5 Northeastern, the Penn State women's hockey team had its home opener against UConn over the weekend. During Game 1 on Friday night, the team took time to honor its CHA championship team. from a year ago. But it wasn't a happy homecoming as the Huskies took Game 1 2-0. The Nittany Lions battled to a tie in Game 2 1-1 thanks to a huge goal by Alyssa Machado. Penn State is now 1-2-1 on the season. The Philadelphia Phillies are back in the playoffs for the second straight season. After clinching a spot a few days ago, they host Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series tonight against Miami. Following a decade-long drought, the Phils marked their return to the postseason with a run to the World Series last year. Tonight's first pitch is just after 8 o'clock. In another Chiefs game, another Taylor Swift sighting. The latest was during Sunday's Kansas City-New York game. The pop star has been seen attending 2 Chiefs games, fueling suspicion that she is dating tight end Travis Kelce. According to NBC Sports, Sunday's game against the Jets averaged 27 million viewers, making it the most watched Sunday TV show since the Super Bowl. Since her first appearance as a Chiefs lover, Kelce's Instagram has increased to nearly 4 million followers, and his jersey sale numbers jumped by 400%. Swift's next concert is next month in Argentina. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Adam. Coming up next, a lot of people would think it's a dream come true, eating ice cream and getting exercise at the same time. We'll take you to a unique event next. Penn State's University Park campus hosted an event where people could enjoy ice cream and burn some calories at the same time. The annual Ice Cream Mile Run kicked off Sunday at the IM Fields. Students competed in a 4-lap event where after every lap, they eat a cup of ice cream. The intramural building partnered with Berkey Creamery to create this event for runners to get some fresh air while eating a tasty treat. Organizers took some inspiration from other food-related events around the country.
North Carolina has their Krispy Kreme donut mile, New York has their pizza mile, so we decided why not pair up with the Creamery and do something with Penn State tradition and get our own mile going.
A lot of fun and attendance doubled from last year's event. That's all for today's newscast. We'll hope you'll join us Friday for our next local news update.
Have a great afternoon.